Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our very first MBH board chat of the year with our CEO, Callum Laing. I'm your host, Lisa Maynard-Atem. So let's kick things off. Hi, Callum. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Lisa. And yourself?
I'm very well, thank you. Is it too late now to say Happy New Year or HNY or whatever the cool cats are saying now?
Well, it's Chinese New Year here in Singapore, about to be next week. So yeah, the beauty of living in Asia is that if your New Year's resolutions, if you've already fallen off the wagon, you can start again for Chinese New Year. And if that doesn't work out, you can adopt Thai New Year in April. So yeah, we can keep coming back to it.
Oh, well, I will bear that in mind. I'll bear that in mind for my New Year's resolutions. How are you anyway? Did you have a nice Christmas?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, had good little break, and yeah, shut the office for a week, and everyone's come back refreshed and raring to go. So yeah, looking forward to the year ahead.
Me too, me too. And I thought we could kick things off by with, I think this is becoming a regular theme now, Callum. Like every time we start these board chats, we start with awards. So I think like what I've actually done is set myself up a spreadsheet because there's that many. I have to just make notes all of the time. So I'm going to capture them all for the year. So I know exactly what we're winning and stuff. But yeah, there are so many. So yeah, I thought today we could kick off with our chat about an award that MBH has won recently, winner of the Outstanding Product Service category in the Global Business Excellence Awards.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I think we kind of touched on this last time. It's very nice to get external recognition, and I think it does it I think it does help when clients or investors are looking at the company. It's nice to sort of have that social proof that other people have recognized what we're doing. And yeah, I think anything that sort of recognizes the contribution that we're making to small business, we're obviously very, very proud of. And yeah, without giving too much away, I think there's a couple of other interesting ones that we're up for this year as well. So that and of course, yeah, the companies in the group keep winning stuff. So yeah, I'm glad you're keeping track of it.
Well, I have to. So there was I got an email, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, that Acacia have won something and they've been shortlisted for something else. So yeah, I'm sure in our next board chat we'll be chatting about that and various other awards as well. But yeah, it's really exciting, a really great way to kick the year off, I think. I think another thing that I wanted to kind of chat about, say, and touch on is the MBH Female Business Leadership Program, because that recently kicked off earlier this week. And I found it really interesting. I've attended both the sessions and I think it's been absolutely brilliant. Gary did a really inspirational presentation and it was really interesting to hear different perspectives from all the different business women who were there. So no, I'm really excited for the next 6 weeks. So I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on it, because you're going to be doing a presentation as well at some point.
Yeah, well, pressure's on now, isn't it? I've got to give a good presentation. So look, it's a great initiative. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a program that will grow, and hopefully it's something that we can repeat on a regular basis to yeah, just connect with and support women leaders and women-led businesses, and yeah, hopefully we'll see a few of them joining MBH in the future. But look, I haven't been, I've been invited to speak, but obviously haven't been invited to attend, as I kind of fail on some of the criteria. But what's been your experience so far?
It's been really, I think for me, what I find really exciting about things like this is the different perspectives. And it's always interesting how we are all from different backgrounds in terms of different industries and different sectors, but as women, we've all faced the same challenges. And it's just really interesting to hear Gary's presentation about the challenges she's faced. I really identified with some of the things that she said, especially around the whole kind of like imposter syndrome, because I think a lot of people suffer with that, but I think a lot of women in particular suffer with the whole imposter syndrome, especially when it comes to the world of business. So it was really interesting to hear the different perspectives. And I thought what was really, really nice with Gary's presentation is that it reinforced my experiences of MBH in terms of, it's very kind of like family orientated, and MBH is very much a team, and that really came across in the presentation. So I thought that was really nice, because that was my initial experience of MBH, and it's been my experience throughout. So I thought it was really nice to hear that reinforced from someone else.
Yeah, it is good. I was talking to one of the more recent companies that's joined us, and so it's quite daunting for principals when they join a publicly listed company, and it's a big shift. And there's even though they keep running the company the way they always have, they're now part of something bigger, and they've got to kind of get familiar with how we operate and all the financials and things. But the feedback that I always get from companies that join is just about how friendly and supportive and willing to contribute time and resources to help companies coming in. So yeah, fantastic to hear that you're hearing that as well from other sources. So that's a very good thing.
Yeah, you're not a bad bunch. Something else that I wanted to touch on are the 2022 insights with Mark Matthews. I've seen a bit of activity about that on social media and on LinkedIn, so I thought maybe we could touch on that a little bit, and you can give us kind of a bit of an insight into that.
Yeah, so Mark Matthews is the head of research for Julius Baer, which is a big private wealth bank, a French private wealth bank. And I have done, I normally try and do a webinar with him a couple of times a year for MBH investors and guests, because and it's normally the sort of content that he will only share with their sort of top private wealth clients, but very, very kindly shares it with us. And yeah, it's always fascinating, because he calls upon a huge base of research from all around the world, lots of different topics, and how it all interconnects, and often sort of challenges my thinking. But he has that rare ability for an economist to actually be very entertaining and engaging as well. So it's definitely something I very much look forward to. So we did that live webinar. We had a great crowd, some very good questions. It is recorded, and it will be available on the MBH YouTube channel in the next few days for anyone that missed it. But yeah, it's a half hour presentation about the economy, and where he thinks it's going, and what's overheated and what's not. And yeah, it's definitely worth a look. I would strongly recommend people having a look.
Fantastic. My next point, which is what I ask you every single time, is there anything that you can share with us in terms of acquisitions, new acquisitions, or any exciting MBH news? I always ask, so but keep the tradition going.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of news happening with the companies in the group. Just the level of demand that people are seeing for their services this year. Everyone is incredibly bullish and enthusiastic and excited about opportunities this year. But yeah, it's I think we're seeing that in our pipeline as well. But it is yeah, we are being a little bit frustrated with the time it's taking to close some of those deals, and it's like buses, none come along, and then suddenly they all come along at once. So hopefully it won't be too long before we've got a new acquisition to talk about. We've also got some other exciting news, which definitely should be able to talk about on our next call, about a new area of the world. I will leave it at that.
Okay, well, I will definitely make a little note of that for next time. So I've seen quite a lot of activity around the principals talking about their goals for 2022. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to ask you what your goals were in terms of MBH for the coming year.
Yeah, I think you know we had uh, we've had a couple of tricky years, and have done. I think that the companies have done phenomenally well, but it's been a little bit frustrating that I don't feel like we've had a chance to showcase just how good the companies in the group really are, and I think in one of my maybe it was the half year letter, I said sort of, yeah, it's nice to feel like we've got out of first gear, but we're definitely not at cruising speed yet. And I think touch wood, we are getting to that point where 2022 will be the year that most of the companies in the group can perform as they were prior to COVID, if not better. And that's really exciting because that kind of allows us to showcase what MBH should have been doing for the last couple of years if various lockdowns and viruses hadn't taken over. But so definitely, I think showcasing that. I think a highlight for myself and hopefully you is that we're going to get a chance to meet up with all of the principals. So they're all flying into the UK. Again, assuming border restrictions and everything stay. So we'll get a chance to meet with all the principals in April. I'm very much looking forward to that. And yeah, I think it's just going to be sort of expansion. Yeah, keep adding good companies to the group and hopefully exploring a few more industries and potentially a few more countries as well. So yeah, I'm very excited about this year.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a very exciting year for MBH. So I can't wait for our future board chats. One other thing I did want to mention as well was Robinson's. In terms of the generating revenues, I've seen some really, really good news about that. Generating revenues of over 20 million in the calendar year, which is I think it's the highest in their 54 years of trading, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's it's great, and um, there's such a good team, and they have dealt so well with the challenges of the last 2 years, and been rewarded obviously because a lot of people no longer want to travel overseas or couldn't travel overseas, and so the demand for caravans has been huge, and that they've been very creative in how they've dealt with supply chain issues, to be buying secondhand caravans and turning them around quickly and doing all sorts of partnerships all over Europe to make sure they can get caravans into the hands of their clients, and really not seeing any slowdown in demand. So yeah, Robinson's has been a fantastic success story, but equally, you can shine a light on any number of companies. Certainly, the education sector has been doing fantastically this year. Sorry, in the past year, and I don't think that will slow down. I think the construction industry, which was one of our biggest sectors in the first year, obviously has had a very challenging time, but now just overwhelmed with projects and work. So that's I'm expecting a big year from those guys as well. So yeah, it's great to get those stories, and I think one of the things that we sort of have as an internal objective is to try and share more of those stories with the wider world. I mean, oftentimes small businesses are just so busy delivering that they kind of forget to share the good news with everyone. So hopefully we can help to shine a light on some of these great stories that oftentimes are also helped by the fact that they're now part of a group like MBH and can leverage off our resources and leverage off our balance sheet to win bigger contracts. And yeah, it's great. It all adds up to hopefully great numbers for our shareholders as well.
Yeah, my mum's been paying particularly close attention to Robinsons because she wants a caravan, and I she keeps dropping hints. So it's like I'm going to have to reach out to them at some point. She's like, Robinsons caravans are doing well. I was like, oh, I wonder why you're taking notice of that.
Yeah, I think so. We've already one of the principals in the group has already brought a caravan from the team. So yeah, it's look, it's a good way to explore the country now. It's yeah, great
the only
product.
thing is that I'd be driving her around because my mum doesn't drive, so it would just be me being her chauffeur.
Right.
So yeah, that will be interesting. But no, I think it's going to be a really, really exciting year for MBH. So I can't wait for our future board chats. That's it from me. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or you'd like to mention?
No, well, there's lots of stuff I would like to mention, but yeah, I need to wait until it becomes public. So hopefully this time next month. But I also heard rumors there's something happening tomorrow. Is that right?
Oh yes. There's a certain I think certain birthday or something happening tomorrow. Yeah.
Very
So
good.
yes,
Well,
I shall be indulging in some cake.
so what is it? Surprise cake or ambush cake?
Surprise. I'm going to be ambushed by cake.
Ambush cake. All right. Well, look, happy birthday
Thank you.
tomorrow from everyone at MBH.
Thank you very, very much. And also thank you to everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you in February for our next board chat. Bye.